This is the 2017 RedBone Poly. I think I've been working with it for a little over a week now. One of the things I failed to mention earlier is how to test the borders of the call, meaning the least amount of effort needed to start the call and run it, and the maximum amount of effort the call will take and run. You say, well, I'll run in one spot. There's going to be a spot somewhere in here that'll accept whatever force, pressure, air volume that you use to run the call. But over time, you're going to want to expand from there. In the old days, with the really small gutted calls, you were pretty limited to where the call controlled where you had to run. Because it's either you adjust to the call and run it within what the call allowed, or that was it. These newer calls, the big bores, they allow a much wider operational range. So the way you find the range available to operate in your call, you take the call, you hold it in the hunting grip, and then you put clear air through the call, starting at a minimum amount of effort to get the call to start, gradually increasing over time until you top the call out. If you don't top the call out, do not hurt yourself forcing yourself to top the call out. That's not the point of this. The point of this is to learn how to eventually find the borders of the call. So clear air, dry air, however you want to term it, that means no voice in it. Hunting grip. That's the end of it. Do you have to run there? Absolutely not. You can run right in the middle. You can run right in the middle. I'll put a little voice in. We're not going to talk about voice right now, but the voice effort is close to the clear effort within that operational range. Okay, so you say, well, that high end's nice and everything, but I'm hunting a place where I don't need that, or there's a bad echo, or it's tight quarters. Well, then learn to run the end toward the least amount of effort. That's on the lower end of the effort range. And you say, well, I'm hunting the effort where all there is traffic, and the geese, they're not naturally coming there, so I got to get their attention. That's where pushing this thing on out and finding that upper border and establishing air control to be able to run there, and that's where this is important. Am I saying you have to run at that upper border? No, absolutely not. You can run right in the middle. You can run wherever you want in operational range. But the only way over time you're going to teach yourself to expand from that natural sweet spot you have is to find the borders within the call. And when you're increasing the amount of effort into it, take note of your hand position, what it feels like inside of you. The amount of pressure going into the call, the amount of resistance you feel back from the call, and all that's different for each different person. We're not going to go into, well, you should feel this much or you should feel That's completely individualized. The point of this is to get the call, get it in hunting grip, start at a low amount of effort and gradually increase until you either top out yourself or you top out the call.